Hello, hello, hello. Idemo. No intro, ne da mi se. Samo da vidim sve radi. Kingdom Come. Nismo dugo. Je, dobro. It's okay. Let's go.
I expect you have some reason for being here. Can I help you in any way?
The Lord Jesus Christ be praised.
Forever and ever.
I'm Henry. I've got pressing news for Lord Ruthard. Take me to him. He's expecting me.
Ah, Henry. Yes, yes. Sir Quinslin mentioned you. I'll let you in. Shimek will take you to the Lord. I hope you'll find the time to listen to what you have for him. You're not the first to come to him today.
Well, we're here, but you'll have to wait a while. As you can see, Lord Ruthard has an important visitor, and it seems they haven't finished yet.
Ja sav krvav, nisam opr.
And what now, Martin? Did you speak to Jerome Naz? Will he support us?
He won't. He lent a lot of coin to Sigismund, and now he's stuck with him.
Sakra.
He's scared. As soon as he does anything to upset him, Sigismund will denounce him as a rebel and right after dead.
Damn it. Has all his counting groschen not left room for a grain of common sense in that head of his?
Jerome is a vain man. I'm sure he's pleased when the Hungarian king himself listens to him. He was boasting that he'll be in charge of some church talks in the Italian court. There's no way we'll change his mind.
But you've been to see other councillors too, haven't you?
Unfortunately not. Some of them are beholden to Sigismund for their office, and some are worried about ending up, forgive me, friends, like you.
Christ above! That's exactly.
Divide et impera. God knows, that ginger fox is a master of dividing and conquering.
You are absolutely correct, especially when everyone can see your problems.
The devil take that bastard! He had the gall to blackmail me in my own home.
Gentlemen, and my lady, sorry to interrupt, but I have some new tidings about our mint master. I've heard about his crimes against the crown.
Are you sure the accusations are true?
I've got proof of everything.
Ha! God bless you, lad.
It seems that this young man came to brighten my day. Who do I have the honor of addressing?
Martin, this is Henry, our ally from Liechtenstein. Henry, this is Sir Martin Oderin, Lord of Rabosh, a loyal supporter of King Wenceslas, as no doubt you've already deduced.
Sir, my friend Godwin gave me a ring for you. He said you'd help me if I needed it.
Godwin? Really? Well, you choose peculiar friend.
I'm not sure what you mean, sir.
Godwin shouldn't be giving away what isn't his, but I'll help you if need be. Although not on account of that ring.
Sir Quinslin,
Shimek? What's going on?
Min Master Vavak is heading here with an armed cohort.
Right now? So be it. This matter must be brought to an end. Shimek, place a gunner on the upper floor and a crossbowman on the stairs. Then gather whoever you can find and join us in the yard.
Certainly, right away, sir.
Henry, we're counting mainly on you. I hope your findings are worth a dozen armed men.
100 at least, sir.
I'll help you into your armor, Papa.
But quickly! And then go to your chambers and lock yourself in.
What? I'm going with you.
No. So go to your room. If something were to happen to me, you're the next.
I love you, Papa. God Almighty, hold your protective hand above us.
Ok. Opet dolazi ovaj, ko da mu prvi put batine nisu bile dovoljne.
So I took the opportunity for a little visit.
No gate is closed to you, is it? The gates of hell are especially looking forward to your visit. But you're more than well aware of that, eh? Since you don't dare leave home without a horde of men-at-arms.
My men aren't here to protect me, but to enable me to keep order when needed. And today, I got the feeling that order is just what's needed.
Weigh your words, sir. One might take them as threats. And be assured, we're very well prepared today for anyone who might threaten us.
Threat? A warning, more like. A friendly warning from the Royal Mint Master. Lord Ruthard, I'm offering you one last chance to surrender your mining rights to me. If we agree, neither you nor your family will have anything to fear. If not, the king will hear of the serpent you nurse in your bosom. And this time, you'll lose not only your fortress, but...
Enough! Do you think you can insult me in my own home? Do you imagine you could do as you please? That can easily change when the king learns of the serpent you are nursing in your bosom, to cite your own words, sir. Only, considering what I know, you might lose a little more than your honor. Like your head, for what it's worth.
How dare you?
Henry, kindly inform the Royal Mint Master of what is being said about him.
The word is you're in league with Buresh of Krakowitz and Foreman Fett. Together, you've been falsifying the mining records. 1/10 of the silver ingots disappears from the records and ends up in your pocket. That's a capital crime. The king won't let you get away with that, whether Sigismund or Wenceslas.
I'd say this somewhat alters the perspective, sir. So from now on, you will leave me and my family be. Or your king will hear of your shenanigans.
Exactly. We'll see to that. Mark my words.
Are you trying to threaten the Royal Mint Master, and with nothing but common slander?
Well, we've not had much time for that. We've been fully occupied with collecting evidence.
Exactly. Not only do we have the ledgers from Buresh, as well as yours, but Christian of Pisek also knows everything.
And if anything happens to any of us, our friends will see to it that King Sigismund and the town council will hear all about your silver skimming business.
Your word means nothing. Buresh is dead.
Fail.
I'll blame everything on him and have Christian arrested before the day is out. And I shall confiscate those books in the name of the king. Men, don't hold back, man.
Opa!
In the name of the king.
That's just what we need.
What are those hands? I'm wounded.
Lights him up. Sorry, fucker. Once more and we can go home.
Big mistake. You'll pay for that. Enough! I give up!
You'll pay for that!
Enough! Enough! I give up! Mercy! I beg of you!
That's not up to me, but to Lord Ruthard. Now call off your men. Do it.
You heard him, men. I order you to stand down.
Completely.
Get out! Wait for me by the gate.
See now? You know how to listen. Now get inside, where you'll answer to Sir Kunzlin.
As you command.
Mhm.
Kunzlin, we
Hiç
got
kimse.
off on the wrong foot. I'm sure we can come to some kind of agreement.
I'll give you the wrong foot. Right up your arse.
You're right. I underestimated you.
You certainly did, sir.
The only question is, how much your mistake is going to cost you.
Don't do anything rash, Kunzlin. I understand you're angry, but he could come in useful.
That's true. Intelligent people can always reach an agreement that benefits everyone.
You're right, Swear you leave me and my family.
You have my word.
Good. You know what awaits you otherwise. If Martin believes you can be of use to us, I'll leave it to him.
Right. You said intelligent people can come to an agreement.
Spy on the king?
It doesn't sound like you want to come to an agreement.
You can't.
We can, and we will.
This is nothing compared to the punishment you're facing for what you've done. Either you agree to this, or Sigismund learns all about it. Then you'd have to run damn far to avoid the chopping block.
Henry's right, so don't even think about double-crossing us.
And don't forget about your oath either.
I understand.
Excellent.
Of course.
I'll take my leave too. I'm heading back to Rabosh. I've had more than enough adventure for one day, but at least I'll escort our Mint Master. I'm sure he'll be delighted to tell me many interesting things.
God go with you, Martin. I hope we'll soon meet again in more pleasant circumstances. Ha ha! I can breathe a lot easier now we've got rid of that bug. At any rate, Henry, I'll take those incriminating books. I'll hide them in a safe place, just in case he gets any ideas.
Good idea, sir.
Thanks, Henry. You did a fine job, and I'll never forget your help.
Well, you can return the favor right away, sir. You promised to help me get into Malashov.
I did, and I'll keep that promise. There's a secret passage leading out of Malashov, and you could avail of it in the opposite direction.
A secret passage? That's a godsend. Von Burgov won't have an inkling.
He won't. We didn't even know about it ourselves for a long time, until Rosa discovered it at the fortress one day. She can best explain to you how to find it. She should be in a room. It's up the stairs. You'll see the door on your left.
All right, I'll ask her.
Don't thank me yet.
Nobody will be expecting me. The passageway is an advantage that works on my side. Besides, I've got my spy coat on, which makes me hard to spot. I can deal with any locks. And if I come across anyone, I'll take him out without a sound or a trace.
Well, it looks like you know what you're doing, and that you've done it before. I'll pray for your success. It would help us in more ways than you probably realize.
What do you mean?
Isn't it obvious? We've been sitting with our arms folded until now. We look helpless. But if you liberate Lord Capon, the word will spread like wildfire throughout, and he'll lose a strong advantage. That would help convince...
You're right. Thanks again. As soon as I speak to Rosa, I'll head out right. I'll get...
You've no... Shimek will take care of this mess in the...
I wish you a pleasant read.
Ok. Idemo pričat s ovom.
I've got a feeling you're looking for me, Henry.
Yes, I am.
Your
Rosa.
father sent me.
So I can tell you how to get to our fortress. A task for the lowest lackey, wouldn't you say? Well, you don't need to answer that.
Right, yeah. That's exactly why he sent me.
What are you staring at? Do you think I was born yesterday? I was listening to you from the top of the stairs. So, it leads to the cellars, but the outside entrance is hidden underground in a forest, not far from the castle. You can find the exact place if you know where and how to look.
Is it in a cave hidden behind a waterfall?
Well, no. But it would be nice. Listen, nearby Malashov is a stud farm managed by Hashtal, an old friend of Papa's. We had a wayside shrine set up at the crossroads before the stud farm.
Sure. I won't miss it.
Wait, though. We haven't got to the hard part yet. From the shrine, you should be able to see a group of boulders. Beyond them are the remains of an old chapel. You have to find it, and then there's a kind of... how can I describe it? A window. A gap you can look through.
If it's still standing.
I hope so too. Anyway, it should direct you towards some ruins. Go there. And now pay attention. Somewhere in those ruins is a stone cross. You have to find it and look where its top points to. If you go the way the cross is pointing, you'll find another one, and again follow the direction it's pointing in. That should lead you to a small clearing, marked by a cross in the rocks. You dig there, and you should get to the passageway.
Shrine, chapel, crosses, passageway. Sounds adventurous.
I like your but there's one more thing. Getting into the castle is the easy part. Don't forget, you have to get out.
You're right.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Fortunately, I know how to arrange that. Stop off at the stud farm I told you about, and ask Hashtal for No catch. Please tell Hashtal that Papa is still paying for masses for his dead father, as agreed years ago. And even if he's not too keen, tell him we'll pay him for the horses.
You got it well figured out.
You've done plenty to help. You know, Papa would never admit it. But you've earned the right to the gratitude and friendship of our house.
I'm glad I could help you.
The pleasure is up. But tell me, would you do it if you didn't need our help in return?
Well, I don't know if we'd ever have met under different circumstances, but one way or another I'd have helped. You have my word on it.
I hope your word. At any rate, I also require some help, but you mustn't breathe a word of it to anyone.
I'm listening.
I wanted to ask you, since you're going to be at Malashov, if you could...
What might...
A book. It has great value to me, and I was starting to worry it would stay. But if you're going there now...
And what...
It's hard to explain to someone uninitiated in the mysteries of writing.
Fine. I'll just drop everything and fetch it for you at once, my lady.
That wouldn't be very entertaining. Perhaps it's full of vulgar poetry.
Fear not, my lady.
Restraint, valiant knight. I value your determination, but this way would give yourself away and find it nice and quietly.
Your wish is my...
It shouldn't be hard.
Found
The book is
scarlet
bound in
leather.
scarlet leather and inlaid with gold. And take this.
Thank you.
It is quite possible you won't get back to Malashov again. And Henry...
Će biti neka jebena stealth misija.
Oh, I'm as hungry as a wolf.
Mary, Mother of God! What?
Okay. Let me see. Speak to Hashtal. To je ova... to je tu dole. Čemo ovamo, treba mi hrane. Mogu kod bučera. Trebam spavat. Dobro, idemo ovamo, idemo riješiti ovo. Your way. Ne znam zašto sporije putuje lik na ovoj mapi.
I apologize.
Really need to sleep.
Dear, sleep and save.
Getting quite tired.
So obsessed with them fucking caravans.
My God,
What would you like?
when's the last time I ate something?
It doesn't matter now anyway.
Zašto nema sleep and save ovdje?
I could use a nap.
Oh well. Now just this.
Još uvijek mi se spava. Dobro, gladan mi lik. Papaj, Henry, papaj. Traće mi mesa. I nešto mi je slomljeno od armora. My hood. Dobro. Gore spavaju dečki, dobro.
It was a Latin scholar as well. Greetings to you.
Što vani?
Janos and Adder are back, so that's a reason to celebrate. Are you drinking with us?
Let's have a toast.
Toast? No.
To pytam się jej.
To
czy
cię
nie
chce
chcesz
napić,
skoczyć
fra.
na konika?
Ada, for fuck's sake.
A wiesz co ona mi na to?
Shut the fuck up, both of you.
A co ty taki wrażliwy?
Did Henry take his sweet time with a rope? Or are you this stupid from birth and I just forgot?
No, he's thicker now. If Henry let him choke any longer, he'd be drooling on his shirt.
Chcesz mordę?
Shut up! Fucking hell.
What biting your arse, devil? Huh?
I wanted to say I'm glad you and Adder are back.
No to my się sami napijemy.
Yeah!
You should raise a toast to Henry. You'd be dead if it wasn't for him.
I suppose so.
Ungrateful bastards! We should all thank Henry for bringing us to the same table again. So,
To me then.
May he want a punch in the snout.
don't start, you pair of cocks. To Henry!
To Henry.
Za tę śliczną cycatkę z łaźni.
Only then? You have more,
Yes, sir.
no?
Tell
I also found Matthew, but he grew tired of your pack. He prefers robbing old crones by the road.
Zdradziecki, zapluty szczur. Jeśli wejdzie mi w drogę, zatłukę...
What did he say?
nothing nice, I'd imagine.
What about the rest?
And Raniek is dead.
Somebody ran dice down his...
Not quite, but it was dice that paid him back in the end.
Kurwa! Dał słowo, że tym razem na pewno wygra. Ale znamy się jak łyse konie.
Don't feel bad, hey? What about the...
And Behu, so he could pass the Lord's judgment.
Co za jełom. Nawet
He got to try hard. Wake up before sunrise, pray, give up meat and beer, and what? Fuck.
That's it?
So...
Unfortunately. But the best remain.
So, to loyal brothers in arms.
Yeah!
Oj, sad ćemo se napit ko svinje, jebem ti su.
w moim ogródeczku rośnie różyska.
Piszła po
Napój mi, Maniusiu,
watry.
mego kunicka. Nie chcę, nie napoję, bo się kunia, kurwa boję. Bo się kunia, kurwa boję.
Nice. We also have one like that.
To teraz ty.
What did he say?
He say you sing now.
I'd be delighted. Underneath our windows, water flows so clear. Take my little horse there and water him, my dear. I won't water him though.
Cudownie.
Dosta, Henry, dosta.
Pięknie.
Henry,
A mnie nie?
you most, my sweetheart.
Pijan do reda.
What did he say?
We drink to that.
Sorry, fellas, but I'm off to my bed.
Bit mamura.
Kurwa.
Još najbolje da nije, ali brzo prolazi, dobro. A ovdje su naši kreveti, okej. Aha. Okay. Trebam Trebam sa Žiškom pričat. Ne. Žiška.
so?
Well, I still have both my shoes. I woke up in bed alone, and it wasn't even full of puke. So I suppose it was,
Success.
I'm jealous. At my age, a hangover is almost as bad as getting shot in the arm.
You always drink like that?
Almost always. And often your stomach, too.
So what's next, now that your band is back together?
Well, I've got Kibienka, Adar, and Janos. Now we just have to figure out how to give hell to Sigismund.
What am I to do?
Zizka said you kept nagging him about that. Well, the lad's taken by von Berkov at Nebakov.
You mean Lord Capon?
Well, get a fucking move on!
Dobro, to je znači gotova ta misija. Taking French leave, ok, znači trebamo ići tu dole. Samo da kupim malo mesa kod ovoga ako mogu.
See you soon, my friend.
Pa nije to taj. Pa gdje je jebemo mater?
Take care for now.
Radi lik u ovoj kući.
What would you like, friend?
What do you have?
Kako retardirano.
Thank you, sir.
Tako. Rane.
And come again.
It's filthy again. Damn it. Why is this all sticky?
Okay. Encounter. 4 men are standing on the road, one is wearing a monk's habit. Other armor, they're probably traveling somewhere and have stopped for the rest. Ajde da vidimo šta je. Da vidimo što će.
Hey? Huh? Stop for a moment, good sir. We're on the search for heretics and sorcerers, and I'd like to ask you some questions.
Inquisitori.
So hear me. I am Brother Adelbert. On our travels through this region, we've heard talk of many sightings of a sorcerer. They say he looks like a young man. He travels the region on a horse. He dresses in fine garments to hide.
Jebote.
You're a clever one now.
That's at him! Get you!
Alo, ej.
You wanna try me? Take that!
Alo, blokirao sam. Ajde napadni.
What the fuck was that?
Oj, a majku ti jebem u pičku.
Show what you're made of.
Jebote, pas mater.
What the fuck was that?
Mene ćete jebat.
I've been...
Oba, što je to?
Saw that coming.
On je mene perio. Mamu ti jebem. Nema, ovdje moraš samo perijat. Ovdje.
Corona! I'm wounded!
Ajde.
Christ! Stop it!
Dobro. Opijemo jedan ovaj da me heala. Boga mi, dobro su me zamorali. Mislim da će biti neki zanimljiv quest, nešto ono, samo ovi debili. Dobro, ništa, idemo dalje. Znaš kako sad brzo hoda? Možda kad nisam umoran i to. Kad je frajer nahranjen i sve, onda brzo trči. Okej, trebam ići tu.
Quick!
Just a bit further.
Quick! Quick! Quick!
Kako divno je. Upstein.
Go! Ja!
Back off before I heal ya.
Ja!
Neki banditosi. Čekaj, filter mi je uključen. Tek sam sad vidio koliko blješti na streamu.
Quick!
Treba pošana, treba ću skuvati još malo.
Come on! Ja! 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 Ja!
Herb Garden. Tamo mi to treba. Malo svježeg marigolda. Jel ima koprive?
Kurva.
Ajde, moraš imat koprive negdje, Boras. Je realno? Da, bit će negdje vani.
Good day. Did you get in a fight or what? There's blood all over you.
Možeš oprat konja, vacana.
The Ruthard sent me.
What's that to do with me? Those days when Ruthard was the Lord of Malashov are over. I don't want to have anything more to do with him.
He sends you his regards. And he asked me to remind you that he's still paying for masses for your family. As the two of you agreed.
Sakura. Nobody knows about that but him.
That's why he told me. So you'd be sure I really did come from them, and this isn't a trick.
Well, that changes things. Sorry for being a bit hostile-like. But good to hear that Sir Kunzlin still has a few friends. Give him my greetings, and thank him for still honoring our agreement.
Sure. I'll pass that on to him.
So, tell me, what did the Ruthard send you for?
I'm planning a certain enterprise. Something that the new lord of the castle certainly won't be happy about.
An enterprise, you say? I reckon it's best not...
That would be wise. And I need you to get fresh, fast horses ready for me.
That's quite a lot you're asking. A fresh, fast horse don't come cheap. But fine, since you're from Sir Kunzlin, I'll have it ready for you. Somewhere a bit further from here so I don't get in the shit if things go sideways.
Of course. The last thing I want is to endanger you unnecessarily. And the Ruthards promise to pay for the horse if it comes to any harm.
All right. So look, here next to the stud farm, there's a kind of band of rocks below the forest. When you go alongside the rocks to the end, you'll find a wooded copse not far from the castle. There's a well-trodden patch of ground there. So that's where I'll have that horse ready for you. Hopefully, nothing will happen to him if I just leave him there.
Thanks.
You all, I wish you the best of luck.
Okay,
I need to get my horse.
As you wish, but it will take some time.
What if it's just a horse?
Oof.
What would you say to...
Look, offer a bit. That works for me.
Here you go then.
Now then.
Da mi opere konja. Zašto ne? Pebbles zaslužuje.
All finished.
Tako je, Pebblesić. Se mogu ja oprat. Nemo šta ti, ovaj ima horse farmu, jel imaš... Šta prodaješ? Trade.
Show me.
Može? Pravant? Šta je to? Dragon Chafon. To mu ide na glavu. Dragon Saddle. Jebote, ovo je sve skupo. Huge harness. Milanese Chafron. Četiri hiljade. Koliko za sad? 1800. Ovo je puno. Rađe mu kupimo ovo na facu.
I'd like to do something.
Well,
Is this enough?
look. Very well. I hope you'll be satisfied, my friend.
Dobro. I dalje imamo dovoljno. Uvijek možemo lako pare napraviti. Ove su bolje. Bacamo. Force. Gle ovo. A je ružno, majku ti jebe. Sam bar znao. Ovo je bolje bog te mazo nego ovo.
What do you need?
Užasno ružno.
What do you have for...
I was glad to be of help to you, good sir.
Ne. Pravo move to horse. Koliko para ima? Trader ima dosta. A vidi, on sad ne želi to kupiti. Majku ti jebe.
Nothing to your liking, sir? What are you doing?
Je, šta ja trebam? Find old chapel. A, to je ta kapelica. Baš kad sam prolazio pored nje, tamo gdje je onaj bandit. Ja mislim. Ne, nije to to. Tamo, okej.
The chapel directed me here. There's no doubt about that. So somewhere around here, I have to find a stone cross, and then go in the direction the top is pointing. A cross in stone. This could be the place Rosa mentioned. I'll grab the spade and see if I'm in the right place.
Start digging.
Tough job, but it was worth it. The way to Malashov is clear.
Okay, start examine.
Now I get it. Those boards were supported by beams to...
Okay, get the Malashov through secret passage. A nemam šta drugo, ne idemo.
So there didn't have to be as much...
Jedna stvar je, treba mi stealth armor i to. vetrite. Dobra.
Hidden and
Okay.
firm. Really smart. It's a good thing they did it that way too, so we didn't have to dig as much.
On se zgličala ova kiša kroz ovo kamenje.
What do we have here? A ladder. In an escape, it'd be enough to pull it up, and that'd leave any pursuers stuck. I just hope it can hold one attacker. Oh, damn it, that's cold.
Ok, tu da nije.
What's this door doing here? Could it be another of the Ruthard's tricks? But if this beam is dropped onto those cleats, no one would break through in a hurry. I reckon with this, any defenders could hold off their pursuers for quite some time. This will come in handy on the way back. This looks like it could be the wall of the Malashov cellars. There's no going back. This is it. All right then. Courage, Henry. Courage. You can do this.
Da.
This is going to take a while.
And Ruthard and Liechtenstein are turning the Kuttenberg houses against us.
Bavag will deal with Ruthard. But Liechtenstein is your concern. How come you haven't caught him yet?
He's slippery as an eel. He's hiding somewhere in the Jewish quarter. I sent spies to track him down, but they never came back.
Flush him out of that hole of his. For fuck's sake!
Why such concern, Otto?
Ovo je
Kuttenberg is
koša.
ours. Sigismund has the reins firmly in his hands.
He's got fuck all in his hands. Sigismund thought at first he'd come to terms with his brother Wenceslas. Clear the way for him to the imperial throne and take the Bohemian throne for himself. But Wenceslas couldn't even get off his drunken ass and go to Rome for the coronation. And now, the glorious Hungarian king has fallen for Jobst and his damned truce. He's been taken in by that treacherous turncoat.
Jobst betrayed Wenceslas. Then Sigismund, and now us. He fooled all of us. But what can he really do against us?
I'll tell you what. While pretending to parley, He incensed the Hungarian nobles against Sigismund.
Surely Sigismund's army can deal with that inconvenience.
Ha! He was paying his Cumans by letting them pillage Bohemia. He set half the people against him in the country he wants to rule. And now, there is nothing left to plunder. While we are shuffling our feet here, Jobst is surely mustering an army.
What are we going to do? We've got Cabon. That'll keep Hanush and the Lipa people at bay. If they ever want to see their heir alive.
Jobst has Liechtenstein mustering other allies for him.
Zanima me da sam ušao na večer, bili bilo drugačije.
And Jobst will be like a fish out of water in Bohemia.
I'll drag him out of that Jewish den with my own two hands. Count on me, sir.
The betrayers of Christ hiding a betrayer. They are rich. All that's needed is a good pretext.
The Kuttenbergers will be quite happy if their debts to those usurers happen to go up in smoke.
Yeah.
You're learning fast, young man.
Keep the gate open. A horseman, sir!
Hanush is out of the game. The Kuttenbergers are taken care of and will catch Liechtenstein. You'll see, my friend. Good times are coming.
Your Graces, King Sigismund is convening the town council, but first he requests your presence at the Sedlitz monastery, without delay.
What's all the urgency about?
Surely you must know that yourself, sir. The captives fled Trotsky Castle and killed Istvan Toth while escaping.
What?
On pederu smo dečka ubili.
That's a lie. It is true, Lord Toth is dead.
What? Netsuki.
Speak! The messenger said something about Cobbler's bastard and some outlaws.
I swear, by everything that is holy, I will find that horse and I will rip out his heart!
Jesus. What's with that boy?
Sir Istvan was like a father to him. You better go.
Da. Fader. Jadan pas. I ja kažem. Ja ću ovog ubit sam zato što je psa ubio. Vidi, još mu nije ni glavu ocijekao kao ono, nego ga je posred. Jadan cuk.
Luck was on my side. Now to find Capon and...
Ništa, krenemo.
Get out of here.
Small escort with him, so the garrison is slightly weakened now. So, be extra alert on your watch. If I find anybody slacking off, they'll get the whip.
Prvi kat, drugi kat kuhinja, treći kat sobe, četvrti kat. Ne, stani.
Run along back to the guardhouse and get some sleep so you don't fall asleep during the night watch.
Aye, don't worry.
The rest of you know your orders. You'll be sorry if you don't. Dismissed. And don't drink too much.
Got it, comrade.
Vitek, that cart is starting to get on my fucking nerves.
I understand. I'll get right on it.
And tell Drahomira it's getting late, so she won't forget to take some food to our honored guests. I gave her the keys so I wouldn't have to fuck around with it myself.
Well, don't worry, it's already taken care of. I saw her taking it to them.
That's great. That woman must be the only one I can rely on.
Fucker!
Odmah se. Izvadi mač. Na dvojici. Ništa, ubij me. Zašto neće stealth killat? Jebote stealth kill, pičku. To ću ja vidjeti, odmah kak je. Stani. Speech. Selling, silver speech bonus and haggling. Okay. Nice. Okay. Skills. Fuck. It's a stealth now, just theory.
Now to find Capon and get out of here.
Took a small escort with him.
Yeah.
So the garrison is slightly weak. So, be extra alert on your wall. If I find anybody slacking off,
Daj dole. O, tu sam došao, jebote. Trebam ja tu šta naći. Niko bolji armor od moga. Da. Bolje nego moj, dobro. Mogu hard lockove lagano otvoriti sad, dobro.
Who could have done it?
Fuck.
Who the hell opened this? Nobody here. Why is it open? Conrad sent us to keep watching.
Conrad's blacklist, and ever since he yelled at you last time, I reckon you are too. So what do you say we help each other out a bit here? We'll hole up a bit downstairs, and you won't say anything to the captain about it.
Have no fear. We'll just have a little nibble, with your kind permission.
And we'll be as quiet as mice in the hall. We won't disturb you, trust me.
I hope so. Now off with you.
I feel a little sorry for her, with nobody taking her seriously around here. She's some third-rate daughter of some lord from who knows where, so she was actually quite lucky that old Otto took a liking to her. The thing is, everybody knows where she comes from and treats her accordingly.
Bloody hell, old Otto? He'd have you whipped for that.
Odmah gore. Provjeriš šta se to... Moram onu knjigu ukraz ovu. Hop, hop. Ko je to protrčao? Al Capona drže u ovoj sobi.
What is happening? Who are you?
Quiet. If you make a peep, we're done for.
Henry?
Aha. Zatvorenici.
Good God, Henry. What are you doing here?
What do you think I'm doing? Hunting boar? Came to save your noble arse.
My noble arse thanks you. Oh, how did you get here?
I'll tell you later. Who's this?
Vauquelin Brabant, Chevalier d'Arezzo. At your service.
Italian.
Brabant led the defense at Kuttenberg. He's Sigismund's prisoner, same as me.
And I came very close to holding the town. Besides...
But there's no time for chit-chat. He's our ally. We can't leave him behind. Right, no doubt you've got a cunning plan for us to get out of here, right? Well, let's hear it.
Sneaking.
Of course I have a plan. Listen, I got to the fortress through a secret passageway that old Ruthard told me about. Von Bergov knows nothing about it.
C'est magnifique! Very cunning.
And so far, the garrison has no idea I'm here. We're lucky von Bergov left the fortress along with von Aulitz and some of the garrison. So I'll take you to that passageway, and we'll get out of here. We'll get to the forest not far from here. I have some horses ready there. We'll be gone before you can say the Lord's Prayer.
Formidable! I call that an elegant plan. I myself had to sneak like that once during... So, what are we waiting for?
Wait. A passageway, you say? A dark, narrow passageway?
Well, it's just a passageway. There's a bit of water in it to wade through, but nothing we can't handle.
You can forget about it. I'm not going through any passageway.
What the fuck?
Let me repeat. It's not the chivalrous way.
It is not chivalrous,
Pička se boji.
In our situation, it is
Claustrophobia.
more than delicious.
Don't worry. Just trust me. Remember what I said at Trusky? I won't allow anything to happen to you.
I remember. But if I faint or go mad in that passageway, I'll put you in danger too. And I'm not going to let that happen.
Now relax.
Henry, I mean it. You have to trust me on this.
All right.
Un moment. Henri? You said that Von Bergov left. Is that not so?
Yes.
And what about horses?
I think there's a couple, yeah.
Très bien. That will be enough. But I think we could get there stealthily. It is not far from the tower to the stable. Then you simply open the gate, et voila, we are gone. Just like I escaped when surrounded by that English dog John Oakwood. It may not be the best plan. It was not back then either. Time has passed. The fortress is quiet. I believe that most of the garrison has gone to sleep. That's a wonderful plan. But we need some weapons. Exactement. To have a proper piece of steel in my hand again. Preferably Milanese, although...
I don't have anything for you.
I certainly hope so. Merde.
I'll go ahead and scout it out. When there's a suitable...
And how? Well, the stables can be seen from the entrance hall. If you signal us with a torch from next to the horses, we'll head towards you.
Agreed.
But you must be absolutely certain that the way is clear. If you have any doubt, do not risk our lives. Better to come back to us, and we shall go together. True. And if we don't hear from you or see your signal... Précisément.
Right.
Brabant, keep watch by the stairway. I'll go to the window and wait for Henry's signal. I think it would be better if you watch the stairs.
And the weapon
Why's
for
that?
Capone.
You are younger. You have better hearing. You said you once discovered a dozen English spies. So you can surely handle one stairway. I discovered them because I smelled them from a distance. I hope Von Bergov's men stink like rotten fish. I will watch the stairs if Monsieur Charon insists. Oh, bloody hell.
A, skoro.
So...
Až smo knjigu za ovo. Težak sam, ali ne treba mi ovo, treba mi ovo. Malo sam još težak. Ovo mi ne. Ova dva mača kad im dam ću biti lakši. Ok.
have a weapon.
Thanks, Henry.
I have
Now I will.
The horses are here. As soon as it's safe, I should give Cape on the signal.
No ja napisao. Idemo i njega. Da mogu saveat. Ako me ovaj sjebe.
That's that. Now I just need to wait for Capon. Lord Jesus Christ, stand by our side.
Ooh. Fuck. Daj se okreni, molim te da te ubijem. Otvorženo kapiju, man se oče. Otvaraj.
Mes amis, the last time I have had such a suspense was when I was rescuing the King of France. We, monsieur, were surely brave, and fortune favors the brave. Free at last! Thank you for coming for me, Henry. You're a great friend. The best I could wish for.
After today, you may also count me among your friends. I, Vauquelin Brabant, chevalier, aventurier et voyageur. I'm at your service, mon brave Henri. And I have an excellent idea. In your honor,
I to sam sve Marlbora napravio.
After you.
Pleased to meet you, Sir Vacula.
My name is Vauquelin.
Vauquelin.
Vauquelin. Vauquelin.
Vauquelin. Would you mind if I just call you Brabber?
Brabant. Bon. Que peut-on y faire? It will have to do. Do not concern yourself, mon ami. Clearly, you are not talent in any art or conversation. But at least you have courage and other skills. You carried out the entire operation truly brilliantly. I could not have done it much better myself. And look, mon ami, how the fresh air suits Monsieur Chapon. He has finally stopped drawing in self-pity.
What self-pity, damn it? I was locked up for days in a tiny stinking room.
Ah, come now, mon cher. Luck was simply not on your side for once. That is all. Now we are finally free. The time has come for grand deeds. I did not waste my time in captivity. I fought everything over diligently. Listen.
Please, I'd prefer not to.
What's your plan, Sir Baron?
An heroic deed about which holds should one day be composed, similar to my feat in the famous Battle of Arezzo.
Did you distinguish yourself in that battle?
Oui, mon cher Henri. When all seemed lost, I led a heroically desperate attack that ultimately led us to victory. For that, I was knighted. Opportunities for heroism await everywhere.
Ne mogu slušati ovog Francuza, bole me uši kad priča, majke mi.
We could assemble a company and liberate le roi Wenceslas.
That would be excellent. If the king were to return, the nobility would definitely support him. Sigismund would have to withdraw.
Précisément. And what is more, our names would be sung throughout the kingdom. Undoubtedly, we would also earn a rich reward too. Then I would invite the best stonemason from France and build Monsieur Chapeau a castle that even Chevalier Hanush would envy.
You must be mad. You've been free less than a day, and you're already thinking up ways to get yourself killed. I'd rather enjoy Hanush's preaching about my incompetence than listen to this chatter. We'll see what happens next. But the first thing that I need is to get good and drunk.
Ja, uvijek mora. Samo da je pitiš derat, bog te mazo. Znate da vam konji mogu i potrčat malo.
Christ, wounds. Such destruction and havoc.
War. Monsieur Chapon, you have yet to participate in a real battle. But I fought against les Valaques at Naples, and les Anglais in Bourgogne. And that is how war looks, whether in Italy or La Bohème. It is always the same.
That's not war, it's barbarism. What value did this village have?
Eh bien, I would estimate 5 courtyards. Annual revenues could be perhaps, several hundred groschen?
That's not what I meant, Bacalin. No fortress. Maybe one fortified courtyard? Practically insignificant militarily. That's not how war should be fought. This is unjust.
Do not give way to sentimentality, monsieur. A village could harbor spies and saboteurs or supply the enemy, and destroying enemy assets is an effective tool of war. Wars are not decided only in battles. There are not even many of those. To strike in the rear, make the enemy lose and bleed. That is how most conflicts are fought. However, wait a year or two, the village will be settled. The population will increase again. That is how it always happens.
But we're the nobility. Our task is to lessen the chances of such things happening. Yeah.
Ja ću stay silent. Ajde, buraz. I obojica su upravo. Mislim, kad si u ratu, onda je bitno razjebat drugu stranu. Maksimalno logično. Ali bit je da se ne dođe do rata uopće. Ide masa.
of scoundrels.
I fucked everything up.
Oh, get up, lad. Everyone makes mistakes. Only a better man owns up to them. At least we know now what kind of vermin we're dealing with.
What brings you here? We just escaped from Malashov, and right now
There's no time for haste. One thing at a time, my boy. Word reached Ratai that you pair got yourselves into a nice mess. I'm glad to see you both in one piece. So, let's hear it. What happened?
It's best if Henry tells you. I wasn't around for half of it.
no sooner had we spied Trotsky on the horizon than everything started to go to hell. We made camp by a pond with the intention of heading for the castle at first light, only we were ambushed by bandits in the evening. They killed all our men and took everything they could carry, including the letter for von Berghoff.
And how did you two manage to get out alive?
Just by a stroke of good luck. We were both in a bad way. We might not have made it if a local herb woman hadn't taken care of us.
Only after that, we couldn't get into the castle, though. We looked like a pair of beggars.
And the bastards treated us as such.
But you did get into Trotsky in the end.
Von Berghoff received us and heard us out. It seemed like he was on our side. We even helped him out several times. Until we found out he was just stringing us along. It all came out after we set out with von Berghoff's men to deal with the bandits who were rampaging in his domain. The same ones who attacked us at the start.
Only they ambushed us and took me and Henry captive for ransom.
But it turned out these very outlaws are on our side. They're fighting for King Wenceslas on the orders of Sokol of Lamberg.
Well, I'll be damned.
So von Berghoff has been the real enemy all this time. And Zizka is actually our ally.
Zizka? He's the captain of those outlaws.
I think you'll meet him soon enough.
What impression did he make on you?
He's some impoverished yeoman. But he's handy in a battle, and he helped us when we needed it.
He made quite an impression on me, for one. I'll be happy to see him again, but if only it didn't have to be in Rabors. Why Rabors? Of all the places in the world.
We're riding to a gathering of King Wenceslas's supporters. If fortune favors us, the future fate of the kingdom will be decided there.
If we keep standing around here gabbing about it, it'll be decided without us.
Patience, my friend. This pair have just returned from the clutches of the enemy. No doubt they have something to tell us.
Like how in the devil did you manage to escape?
I was helped by the Ruthard family, the former rulers of Malashov, in exchange for dealing with some trouble they had with Ulrich of Raditz.
Ulrich Favak? But he's the mint master.
Well, he won't be for long, if it comes to light that he's been putting his sticky fingers on the royal silver.
It seems you've been pretty busy.
But don't forget to say what you found out from von Berghoff in Malashov.
Sigismund has convened the city council. Markvart von Aulitz will be there with him, too. The word is, Sigismund is going to make an important announcement there.
He picked a nice time for it. But at least he won't be sticking his nose into what's going on around.
Now, if we had one of our people at that assembly, we'd get Sigismund's plans nice and fresh. Straight from the horse's mouth, so to speak.
My very words. And I know exactly who to send.
Mene.
Young Lord Capon will go with us to Rabosh, but you'll have to return to the city right away and try to worm your way into the town hall.
What? How can I get in there? I can't just walk in off the street.
You've got the dirt on Vavak, and you don't know how to use. Just tell him either he gets you into the council chamber, or...
It's worth a try.
I hope that assembly really is important. If Sigismund is just going to announce an increase
Dobar
in
plan.
taxes, there's not much point in my being there.
Well, at least you can enjoy watching the long faces of the councillors when they hear it. And don't worry, I'll eat and drink in Rabosh on your behalf.
T'inquiète. I will go as well, and I will not let your friend out of my sight.
Hans?
Vaclin Brabant, Chevalier d'Arezzo.
He was a captive of Lord von Bergov's, like me. He defended Kuttenberg against Sigismund.
In that case, he'll be...
You don't know what you're promising, Baron. Watching Sir Hans is a job and a half.
The main thing is to watch out for yourself, Henry. As soon as you can do so without raising suspicion, come and join us.
You'll manage it, but now...
Adieu et bonne chance.
And to you.
Ok. Može. Oni idu zbrati pita, ja odo špionirat. Super. Ete, bolje da meni dignu dvorac.
I ought to go and see Rosa when I'm in town. No doubt she'd like to know how it went with that book.
Perfect horse. Ovo je bolji. Okay. You're overloaded. You can't mount when you're overloaded. Malo sam si težak, ne? Kako? Kako sam toliko težak sad? Ček. Ovo je bolji. Ovo je bolji. Bacit. Što sam još bio? Sam još uzeo šta? Bio sam uzeo šta? Ovo sam uzeo. Ovo sam uzeo. Košta 3000 pura. Šta? Ovo mi ne treba. Ovo trebam prodat jer je skupo. Sad nisam težak. Ajmo. Ej, sad mogu fast travelat lagano. Ajmo. Scene of ambush. Ovo idem. Ne. Morat ću ih pobiti.
What? Fuck off! I'll kill you! You won't get me! Oh, shit! What the? Oh, shit! What do you want? You want to try me?
Ovo je umro. Super. Late Night Gauntlets. Čini dobro, jebote. Uzet ćemo im pare samo. Late Night Gauntlet. Nope. I naboli ga na Pitchfork, jebote. Strašno. Let's go, let's go. Please, I need to go. Moramo onoj curi dati onu knjigu. I onda... Onda idemo dalje sa main questom. Uljati se u Town Hall.
Needles, thread, pins, silk thread.
Okay. Di je... Tamo.
Jesus Christ.
E, tu je armor, aj samo da mu prodamo ovo brzinski.
Good day, Tim. What do you need, though? Show me your way.
Trader ima 800.
Pleasure doing business. Take. What do you have?
Koliko imaš para? Sad nemaš ništa.
Well, what can you do? Farewell, then.
Super.
You didn't try drinking it, did you?
Great. I'm glad. What will it
O.
be? What do you have?
I sad ti mogu fino prodati ovo ostalo. Stack some plates.
Thank you. And a good day to you, friend.
Pa mogu proći na drugu. Ne mogu.
It happens. Just watch where you're going.
Ti pazi, ženo. Da bi ja morao paziti. Uvijek. Ajde malo pojedemo ribice.
Careful.
By the way, like you were saying about that book,
My favorite book.
as I wandered through the fortress, and there it lay. Red leather, gold inlay.
You really found it. By the way, did you...
Actually not.
That's too bad. I think you would like it.
Why do you think so?
I just think you might find some common ground with the... Not in absolutely everything. Look, you've never thought about writing something.
Me?
How should I know?
That's a...
Wouldn't you want to...
I suppose I'm not...
There are still a few blank pages left, so we could finish writing it together.
That sounds...
We'll have plenty of light and privacy in my chambers.
My pleasure.
Ajde.
How should I start?
You haven't thought of anything yet?
Now, I have many ideas, but we must contribute in equal parts.
Both? Well, fine. And what should I do?
Just tell me what you'd like to read about. A tale of a man or a woman? I'll take careful notes of everything.
Well, being a man myself, a man, I suppose.
Why not? And what kind of a man is he?
You mean I have to think up a name?
You don't need to.
How about a priest or a vicar?
Well, I've never taken much of a liking to them. What interests you about?
Well, I know a priest who fought in the war and can wield a sword to this day. But he also has a penchant for drinking.
Well, let's see.
What is he like? Prove that no man did.
They thought he was odd, true enough. But otherwise, he was popular. He was fair and helped his parishioners when he could. They liked that he didn't pretend to be a saint, and would often drink with them evenings, even if he sometimes overdid it.
I can just see it. I'd like to listen to one of his masses sometime.
I myself spent some time at the Sasau Monastery, among the...
Really? How in the world did you end up?
Well, it wasn't mine. I had to track down a fella hiding among the novices. It was very important for me to find him before other people did.
I presume he did.
Something like that.
Wait, you just.
Well,
Yes, but you had to take the monastic vows.
Well, that's too strong of a word. More like mum...
But that vow is for your entire life.
Well, since that time, I've done so much good that perhaps God...
So you imagine life to be like, one day...
I must...
How?
Well, I had to...
Treba će misliti tek za...
Yes, but that... That's...
Blasphemy.
Well... There...
Alright, tell me...
Well, I admire...
Do you know...
Clara.
A girl, she tried...
God...
Back home...
That's enough.
We got late.
She did...
No.
Oh, you're... Well, let's... Would she do...
Make her... That's much...
You can't, because forbid...
Brate, mili. Dok ona to.
Well?
Not yet.
What?
A picture. Especially...
What?
Lie on the ground on your stomach.
Yeah.
Well, you're...
Pasta. Painters.
Don't worry. So what about that...
I'd have...
We'll go and make amends. So what about...
That's nice. Sir...
You see? And what about the...
Oh, it's pretty, Rick.
But otherwise, I think...
What? And for that...
No, beating. Please do stop by sometime. Perhaps I can show you my collection of hunting tricks.
You said...
If you are
Very well.
that, or if you... But I will... So.
Ti Isusa oli skupa. Okay. Ajmo ča.
I apologize.
Ženo. Move it. Šta je meni? A, ono mi je broken, okej. Kod Taylora. Taylor Swift mi treba. Tu je ovaj. Čekam samo da ovdje do Taylora. Da popravim ovu robu i to je to.
Young scoundrel. God be with you.
O majku ti jebem.
Great. Happy to be of service.
Tam je sad broken. Mač možda. Dobro. Mač mi je, ja mislim, broken. Popravit ćemo i to, nije bitno. Evo ga. Weaponsmith. Šta ti... Šta prodaješ? Noble something sword. Zanimljivo. Trebam te da mi reperaš. I dalje sam... The fuck? I dalje mi je nešto kao broken. Noble boots. To je broken. Dobro.
I'm going to see the Mint Master. Any fool could say that. I have an appointment. All right. Glad to see you again.
You have the gall to show me your face again? I'll call the guard.
Hold your horses. Actually, I have a little offer for you.
You've come to blackmail me again?
Call it what you like. I need to get into the City Council Assembly. And I reckon you can help me.
The Assembly? The one King Sigismund is supposed to attend in person?
Surely you wouldn't deny me a chance to meet the king?
Don't try that on me, and tell the...
That's
none
none
of
of your
your
concern.
fucking business.
Oh, really? Then about face and go back where you came.
Have you forgotten I have you over a barrel? If you want to keep your position and your head on your shoulders, you better shape up.
All right, all right. If I get you into the council, you'll behave appropriately and you won't betray yourself, or especially me. And that will be the end of our...
I must have misheard you. Our collaboration is only just beginning. Quill warrior.
Are you deaf, you impertinent pup? I repeat, I'll get you to the assembly, and there ends our business. Over and done with.
All right.
You can get into the council assembly relatively easily. My cook's son will be serving there. He's roughly around your age. Maybe he can be persuaded to let you stand in, although not everyone would want to give up an opportunity to serve the King of Hungary.
What will I need to...
Fast feet and good manners.
Excuse...
Do you think you can serve the king in a torn shirt and muddy hose?
Well, no.
Our usual waiter had a brand new livery made specially for meeting the king. Don't even show up there without it.
Who?
Franta's his name. Franta Cooldown. He's an idler and a boozer, which otherwise you...
Where can I...
He's supposed... That is, if he's up...
At the what?
That German alehouse, the Iron Eagle. That...
What would work on him?
Would you like me to give you a letter for him?
I'll be going then.
Just make...
Evo kako bi te zaklo, mamu ti jevem, nerviraš me.
Was macht's denn? Good day. Huh?
God bless you.
The fuck? Ranta kaldı. Randica.
What'll it be?
To nije Franda.
Oh, I've just got this nasty premonition.
What premonition?
Photos, pictures, fine pictures. Don't be shy. Come closer and take a look.
That
Quality
thing
goods
with your
here.
arms, did you make up?
Not a chance. I'd sooner see hell freeze over.
Ah, that's a shame.
Vegetables.
What would you...
O je Sedler.
A fine day.
I'll tell you.
Greetings.
Surely you can wait a while. Here you are. The finest fabric. Intricate work. You won't find the likes anywhere.
No more than I'd expect after the amount they cost. And you impatient fella.
You must be Franta Cooldown.
I am.
I'm Henry. I heard you're supposed to serve at the City Council Assembly.
I am.
Supposing I took the job on for you. You can put your feet up, fill your belly, and I'll do all the work for you.
Look here. It's not like I'm all that keen on it, but it's well paid. Apart from that, it's a bit of a pain in the arse. Them councillors stuffing their faces and guzzling wine, while I run around like a bugger with pictures so that... Why would you want to stick your nut...
I just have to get in there. I have an important message for the king.
But why would you want to...
But it could be that someone from the council is mixed up in it, so I have to be incognito.
I see. To begin with, you'll need confirmation that you've worked as a waiter at the council and you're capable of serving even his Look here. Do you have any idea what's expected of you? Can you tell different wines apart and that?
Of course.
All right, show the confirmation to the head butler. Tell him I sent you and think up some good excuse.
That makes sense.
And you'll need a waiter's livery. Here it is, the main...
Thanks. I won't disgrace you.
You better not.
Okay, report for duty.
I tried to make peace with her, but come and take your pick. New wares.
Franta Cooldown sent me. I'm to stand in for him at the council assembly.
Franta's not coming.
He got poisoned. He's writhing in agony. By turns praying and cursing, spewing from both ends.
Oh, that's enough. We can't be without a waiter here, when the king himself will need waiting on. So, let's have a look at you. Have you got Franta's certificate?
Sure.
Everything's in order. You've got a waiter's cap, a tunic, yeah. Hose are good. It's a good thing you've got no steel on you. You need to be light on your feet to run around. Everything as it should be. Do you know what your duty for an inexperienced greenhorn like you? It'll be a great responsibility.
I'm no greenhorn. I have plenty of experience. Not long ago, I poured wine for the Archbishop of Mainz.
Oh, but allow me to give you one piece of advice. Sir Adam of Zarjitz will be among the guests. Don't pour wine for him. Otherwise he'll get drunk and disgrace us all in front of the king. And in general, a good waiter has to be invisible, blind, and deaf.
Oh? I thought I had to keep my ears pricked.
Well, yes, but only to what anyone wants from you. No excuses, and provide everything that anyone wants from you. Understood?
What if I make a mess of something?
Then I'll see to it that you... But I'm sure that's not going...
I know everything I need.
Excellent. Put away your things here. It's easier to serve with a lighter load. You can wait in the cubbyhole for the serve.
Uzme mi se stvari, frar. Majko, ja.
The city reserves are in
There are the pictures
urgent
of
need
wine.
of new weapons.
Hopefully I won't splash anyone's
Our
shoes.
current Waffen arsenal is a joke, and on top of that, the army was requisitioning from it. Should the town reserve have worse weapons than any Räuber in the domain?
What are you getting at, Eldris?
A full cup of monastery I'm saying that the bandits who freed Hinnick, the Dry Devil, used that thing. That Hackenbücher. Hand cannon. Can you believe it?
Monastery.
Where did they get them? Come now, waiter.
You're the one who should know where they
Ne,
got
monastery.
them, since you're a gunsmith.
What are you implying, Friedrich? All I'm saying is that they had them, Herrgott. It is eine Schande when outlaws have better weapons than the city garrison.
Come now, waiter.
And
I want it
Herr
red.
König surely knows this too.
What is it, Eldris? You smell a deal?
Sir? What I smell is that your stubborn heads do not realize
waiter.
what Schwierigkeiten this is. The Dry Devil is running free. There are Raubritter everywhere in the region. We have the army bearing down, and you want to defend yourselves with a few rusty halberds.
And who is it you want to fight?
Exactly.
The merciful King Sigismund is providing us with protection, isn't he?
Der König and his army will not be here forever.
Adam u zarezvic.
The king can arrive at any moment.
Hey,
where's my white? What if he heard you?
What then?
Sir?
We're sitting atop the biggest silver heap in the kingdom,
Well,
and we're supposed to
thank the
defend
Lord.
it with brooms?
You're right, Eldris. But where can we get the coin for better equipment?
We can always confiscate the property of the king's
white
enemies.
Pour me some
Nicht
monastery
wahr?
wine. We are more than familiar with the yeomanly state of our armory, and the king is surely aware of it as well. Maybe if he waived some of the taxes.
The king fears that this town will rise
Monastery
against...
wine here.
He'll take the arming of the city's militia as a preparation for war.
So you suggest we just wait with arms crossed for the Raubritter to wreak havoc all around?
We can always ask the king to bring order to the realm with his army.
But then the Dörfler will rise up.
I'm afraid I see no solution of the current situation. We shall wait and see what His Majesty thinks about the matter. Maybe we can change his mind. Vielleicht?
I'd like to report to the Honorable Council on the cleanliness of the city and the state of the public baths.
Another drop of wine. Don't make me beg.
Isn't it the same thing?
So, the cleanliness of the city is not what it should be. The current baths in the city
Be
fall
glad
far
I can
short of
hardly
covering all
sit
the citizens'
upright.
needs.
Otherwise,
You're right, CRO.
I'd go for that white
But a woman named
myself.
Betty has showed up on Hopbrink and wants to repair the baths that used to be there.
She's a protege of Maresh. Her efforts are commendable,
The
but I
cathedral
don't
will
think
be
she will
standing
succeed.
before you bring me
It takes
that
a firm
white.
hand, not soft, feminine fingers.
A moment
That's
ago,
not a
you
good
were
idea, sir.
complaining there weren't enough baths.
You can keep that slop.
Shouldn't we support her?
I'm the
Something
biggest
like
wine
this is better
connoisseur
handled
in
by
town.
trustworthy people, like my friend bathhouse proprietor Adam.
Or wine,
The
Master
need for
Bailiff.
cleanliness and citizens' health should not be underestimated.
Nor overestimated. If someone needs to wash, there's a river just a few steps from the city walls.
I need something from you. There is an item in my study that I confiscated from a female thief. She thought she could wriggle out of it by telling me who the item belongs to.
And what is it?
A silver goblet. She sneaked into Sir Ulrich's house and stole. No one's noticed the theft yet. But if Ulrich finds out, he'll turn the city upside down to fight the cult. Go and get it. And don't you make a mess there.
Keeping the city clean is important.
Certainly, sir.
Come back with it.
Arguing about who is going to wash where and how is a waste of time.
It's only a waste of time because we're always arguing about the same thing.
Not at all. If you'd finally admit that it's a trifle, we wouldn't have to keep coming back to it.
A trifle? Do you ever walk the...
So?
I did.
Not so loud. And now go.
The citizens is to provide them with a place to wash up.
What nonsense!
Ovo je neko smicalica smisla
Serve
100%.
wine to everyone for free, too.
Why not? In Jerome Nars's earthly paradise, everything would be free.
Don't put words in my mouth.
Gentlemen, let's agree to disagree. What if the king heard us?
I got word that Rutard has pulled off another deed.
That's nothing unusual. That old weasel will never accept that the city isn't run his way, at least until His Majesty honors us with his visit. And as we know, Gunslin absolutely hates him.
He can hate all he wants, as long as he does no damage.
I apologize, sir.
Ulrich, what have you got to say about it?
Are you colorblind?
Well, white. I'm not sure what you're implying.
Horseshit! You know full well. Everybody knows.
Sir?
He wiped the floor with you.
Compose yourself, Adam, and stop drinking.
Lord.
The king might come any time now.
That's right. Let's not burden the anointed monarch with such...
Me? Compose myself. Pour me red wine. Me?
Al me šećaju.
I beg your pardon. I demand
Na
that you...
cuku ispod.
Ruhe! Franz, please continue.
I'm speaking about the Rutard incident.
Thank you,
You were
waiter.
there, weren't you?
Oh, that. Just a small misunderstanding. We've sorted it out and everything's settled.
My ears must be deceiving me. Are you defending Rutard? Besides, if his men
waiter.
attacked yours,
Pour me
as
some
I've
monastery
heard,
wine.
then we have a good reason to punish him.
What happened there? Leave nothing out.
I don't like Rutard, true, but in this case it really was nothing.
Everyone in the
thank the
city
Lord.
gossiped about it. I heard there were several dead.
Did you? That's grossly exaggerated. I don't think Rutard will cause any trouble. He is sensible enough not to draw attention to himself while the king is here.
That's true. Because if we don't do something about him, the king himself will put an end to him, and soon.
Unless he puts an end to us first. God knows what he wants to tell us.
If nothing happened, there's no point in dwelling on it. Let's move on.
Ja, hvala kurcu, će biti.
Things have got out of order in the town. Some adventurers decided to take the law into their own hands and restore the tradition of duels. It's not only barbaric, but also illegal. If we tolerate this, the rabble in the city will go wild and do whatever they want. I
Waiter,
suspect
get
the
me
gentleman
white.
from the city's sword fighting school brought this custom to us. That German, Menhard, is just hanging around the market looking for trouble.
Don't be ridiculous. Vanish! You hear me? You act like you've never been in a fight yourself. And to accuse a swordsmaster without a shred of proof. Hey, boy! We're not some old fishwives in the marketplace.
So you will just leave it be?
Proven offences are punished
Everything
by
in
the
order?
bailiff.
Not quite.
And that's that.
But I think you might be
There
able
are
to
more
help me.
pressing
What can I help you with, sir?
I left my gloves in the chapel. I took them off to pray, but then I rushed here and forgot to take them. I can't just get up and walk out now. But if you disappear for a little...
You can rest assured the whole town is
All
already
right.
laughing
I knew I could count. While you're at it, count how many figures on the mural have wings.
Why?
Because I'm bored. And because I told you. Get on with it.
One is left unscathed.
And you, a councillor, let people throw dirt on our work?
If I threw out everyone who complains over
That was
a
easy
beer,
enough, and he wanted me
I'd
to
soon
count
be
the
out of
winged
customers.
figures.
Ah, to hell with it. We'll never get anywhere like this. Why waste our time?
Deset. Hm, 11 sa vragom. 12.
So,
I found your gloves, sir.
really? And did you count those winged figures?
I counted 16.
And did you count all the monsters and animals?
Oh, I thought you meant only the angel.
Go back to serving wine.
There's the eternal dispute
Mama,
over the
ti jebem.
cathedrals. The building of the church is dragging on, and in the meantime, they are calling diocesan pilgrimages to settle it.
No da ovo maznem, a?
It's just a village with a monastery, and they are going to make a royal mining city.
I'll
Our
have a
country
cup
built
of
faster.
white.
Hire more craftsmen, start with night shifts.
Because those so-called craftsmen are a band of parasites. You pay them, they come late, or report sick, and if they do come, their work is shit, and you have to pay someone else to put it right. It's a waste of time. I tell you, a waste
Koliko ovo
of
mogu
time.
mljeti, jebem ti se, di je?
Don't interrupt the proceedings with your drunk...
Di je kralj?
I'd like some white.
Even if you are in the right. And as for you, Endelin, haven't you noticed there's a war going on? Are the experts from far off supposed to work in a city under siege?
Besides, now run along.
I get the feeling there's something other than the welfare of the city behind your complaints.
Otvaram bocu s drugom rukom.
Do you? And what would that be?
Like, for instance, that you'd like to have your own altar there?
So what if I would?
Hold your horses, gentlemen. That space in the side nave is
a full
mine.
cup of monastery
The hell
wine.
freezes over, my friend. Your place is at least 2 steps behind mine.
A swordsmith dares to insult me? Ha!
Sir?
I think not.
Excuse me. You wanted
Thank
to
you.
buy yourself an altar in the cathedral, just like you bought yourself a seat in this council.
How dare you?
No, papci počeli su se svađat.
For the services our guild provided and still provides to the crown.
Well, I hope you're not supplying equipment to the army. If that's all they have, they would be defeated by that bunch of ne'er-do-wells from the alehouse on Hopbrink.
What ne'er-do-wells?
Those wrestlers of theirs, of course. People from the whole town go to watch them brawl.
Oh, this is news to me.
Because it has all been sorted out. Not long ago, the guards raided and threw them all out.
Ah, yes, I had forgotten. What do we have to discuss next?
O, hvala kurcu. Daj njemu sipa malo otrova u vino.
I'm telling you, something is being planned.
Zanima me, jel se to može uopće?
I doubt it. No one's gonna tackle Rootard.
Evo ga. Da vidimo Sigismunda na što liči. Aha. Riđavi. Rudlavi. Sipaj mu vino, majmune. Ovaj ga ne prepoznaje.
You have nothing to fear. Not you.
Like this plan of false!
Ali je ljut. Ali je ljut. At the time Rabosh Fortress, to su ovi drugi. Jel igramo ko ovaj opet?
Come now, father. Put a little life into your dying. Seen more cheerful priests at funerals.
I'd rather be at one than here. I hoped I'd never see this fortress again in my life.
Unpleasant memories?
You have no idea. I didn't part ways with my father on entirely good terms.
And now you're 2 decades older and wiser. At your Ujit's parish, you spread the word of God to your and you saved my neck and Henry's too.
None of that matters.
Who knows? Maybe that 20 years has changed a thing or two.
You know what? Let's drop the subject. Who's that?
The great Baron. He's got more fairy tales than my old nan.
Can he be
he's a besides. If he were on Sigismund's side, he'd hardly have been locked up with me.
Do you know any of the
Most of them I'm seeing for the first time in my life. We've had bandits, nobles, burghers, a priest.
Wait a moment.
Yeah. He came with a retinue. Maybe you should go and welcome some of them.
I wouldn't be too sure. Dear me. But I suppose I'll have to introduce myself to the rest of the gang.
Indeed you should.
Oh, don't start with that.
In that case, you should sound out Radzig and Hanush and find out...
God bless, good sir. God bless.
Such rare guests. One wouldn't expect to find among Christians representatives of your... I'm Godwin.
Peace be with you.
How do you know
It's not difficult to tell. And I'm Yehuda, leader of the rap. And
why did we have to come here, Sadie?
Because we all... And why?
Are you looking for friends?
Let us say the situation. You have men and weapons.
Why are you...
Everything... Did you come...
Not to...
You don't even know if you can trust them.
You remind me of my young friend Henry.
Henry? That...
You know he...
That would be him.
I reckon the two of you would hit it off. He's reliable. He was supposed to become a blacksmith.
Wait, from Scarlet's?
Aye, that's right.
I knew of someone.
My daughter knew him more.
Maybe he was my father, but he certainly didn't act like one.
And that's
why. He should have taken care of me.
Don't make hasty judgments. As far as I know, Martin didn't have any other children. At least, none of his... He took in Henry and raised him as his own, on the orders of the Lord of Skalitz. Sir Henry's...
I don't care if he took care of 20 other mamsas.
That boy's blood father denied him.
A person can't choose their parent.
Enough.
For that...
Good hell.
Good old
Good.
Baron Vauquelin, I am a warrior, a traveler, a strategist.
My word.
Mais non.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. How?
And
Ne da mi se slušat, majke mi.
This Bohemia is just... Do tell me about it.
My last big battle would...
Aye. Then, what?
Kura se bori za Kosovo.
You say...
Jamais, I think...
Svi su tu. I Dry Devil I ovaj.
Dear friends and allies, in these troublesome times, you all know why we're here. The question remains, what to do next? Sigismund is facing troubles in Hungary. And here, too, he is up against resistance. He's a capable strategist, but a poor diplomat. Mark my words. If we wait him out until winter, he will leave of his own accord.
By winter, he'll have torched all our fortresses and carried off everything that we possess. Are we seriously gonna wait and cower in a corner? Or are we gonna drive them out in shame? A few well-planned raids and we could have him in our fists!
At what price? Have you got men to spare? Has any of you got men and money to spare?
We don't have men out there.
Yes, we do.
We do not.
Jobst is right. That whole sun won't fall easily.
Only we can't wait.
Are we to get ourselves killed?
Or end with nothing?
Friends, we'll get nowhere like this. Let's adjourn ourselves and try to think it through.
Well, that went just as expected. Good health, and to yours.
Could it have gone any other way when there's so many of us here?
I would have expected a bit more sense from Jobst, of all people. He made an amateur's mistake. But it's hard to be angry with him when he's trying to ingratiate himself with everyone. By the way, I'm Jobst. I have, from what I've heard about you...
Is that so?
Indeed. And that's why I'd like to ask something...
It depends what it...
A little delicate. I expect we can agree that Jobst's plan has... And the way it stands at the moment, he'll never get the support of the council.
Well... I'm curious how you hope to shut Zizka up and satisfy the...
We'll sit and wait quietly until Sigismund withdraws of his own volition, but we'll be waiting in the military camp of our huge new...
If Sigismund decides to mount an attack on the camp, it'd be a massive...
but Sigismund's army is demoralized and weakened. He's able to tackle fortresses that aren't able to defend themselves, but he won't engage an equal force on the battlefield.
But he can't retreat either. That would be a disgrace.
And that's exactly why we'll wait until he's called back to Hungary by event. For the plan to work, we need allies, their money and their determination. We've already set the ground for it. We just need negotiators who will push the right people in the right direction.
Are you saying you set everything in motion even before Jobst?
More like in parallel. If we find support and make it look like the whole thing was his idea... You're certainly not the first to tell me. Because I want to put a stop to the senseless, and also because I'm happier with Wenceslas on the Bohemian throne.
I'll help you.
I'll give you 3 names. Botchek of Kunstadt, Haman Alder, and Anna of Waldstein. If you can get those 3 on our side, meanwhile...
Tell me a bit more about those.
Certainly.
Botchek of Kunstadt.
That's just the thing. He's got massive estates. He doesn't play the big game. Because he always goes for the sure thing. But once he's made his mind up, not even a pair of oxen.
Alder the old...
He still is. The only one who retained his position after the city was taken. Only he's here, instead of cozying up with Sigismund in Gutenberg. So his days in the council are numbered. But he'll continue to have a strong influence on the guilds and the rich burghers.
Anna of Waldstein.
Wenzel Bartosz. And
I was quite surprised to see her here.
A male affair? Anna is holding back and behaving like an exemplary young... But don't trust appearances. She's...
And what use can she be to us?
She's as sharp as they come when it comes to trade. They're a wit... And that it would...
Okay.
I wish...
Success...
Malo popiti.
God be with you. No, there's something I'd like to ask of
God be with you.
your diplomatic support. And your...
No beating around the bush, eh? I like that. But what do you want my money for?
Margrave Yob's plan has some gaps, milady. We need to gather enough resources to...
To muster an army that Margrave can't afford on his own?
Christ. Be praised. You're astute.
I should say so. All sorts of people have their eyes on my money, and divining their intentions is a necessity. Although, between the two of us, it isn't hard to figure out what Liechtenstein is after.
Hit the nail on the head again, Bob.
I am rarely mistaken.
I'd say you have a better nose for people than most of this crowd.
Not only for people, but also for good food and wine.
Then you're in the right place. This occasion provides all of them.
The wine here is average. The cooks lack
Znao sam da će to
imagination.
reći.
So, to the point.
Nothing more than support and resources for an army to parley more effectively with Sigurd.
Nothing more. I'd say that's plenty. And why ask me for...
It's not only your money, you're well able to negotiate and trade. And if you were to take part in our plan...
Then I'd be helped. If you want me to support you, you must give me a good reason.
Do you have something in particular in mind?
Well, one of the guests here has something that shouldn't get into the wrong hand.
Who's that?
Harmon Ald. Now, if you were to switch these papers for the ones he brought with him, I would support your proposal.
And the papers I'm...
Just insignificant documents.
And these papers...
My relatives somehow dug up some trade contracts between...
You were dealing with...
They were not the enemy at the time.
All right, I'll help you.
Alder will surely have the papers in his saddlebags, which he left in the shed on the outer courtyard. Bring them to me. But watch yourself. Odorim's groom has eyes everywhere.
Okay.
What brings you here? God bless.
Aren't you a bit...
What's your problem? The horses are fed and...
God forbid. But standing around...
Not
Shall we...
Well, I'll wait at the table.
He caused us a shitload of trouble.
Igrač s njim da ne bi bilo nekog problema
We'll see whose
slučajno.
side luck is on today.
Brzinski.
Let it be now. I want to play too, you know.
Oof.
That'll do me. Roll.
Jao.
Finished. Your turn.
Jedan, dva, tri... Fuck.
Well, you're not afraid of anything.
Moram.
If I was you, I'd take it. Nothing worth mentioning.
Ajde, pobjedimo i dobro je.
Great, and it's mine. You're out of luck, my boy.
Dobro.
I'll tell you, nobody has the likes of these.
Aha,
I've got those papers for...
Quiet!
Lady, here they are. You're welcome.
As agreed.
Thank you.
Yes, quite.
How could...
And...
Dobro, ne smijem više piti.
I'd like to check...
Ha, even better. But you...
And you might not believe your eyes when you...
Well.
I wanted...
You wanted to apologize for crashing into my home without it by your leave. Or to arrest my guests some more.
I want to have a word with old...
Well, for interrupting our conversation. Is that your... Unfortunately. Speak up then.
To moj
What are you
čast.
doing here?
We'll talk later and in private. Right now, we have more important things to attend to.
Don't try.
Why so strict?
20 years ago, he was nothing but it. I got him a place, only it wasn't long before they... And then, I find out he's settled in some backwater, but he took his boozing and whoring along with him. Lost everything, and then...
Try saying it again a little louder. They might not...
You have the impertinence to show me your face after the way you disgraced our whole family.
I wouldn't set foot here if I had a choice. Better to be a priest in some backwater than have a father like you.
How?
You're as shit a father as I am a son. We've got nothing to blame each other for. And now let me speak to Older.
You're dishonoring your host.
I can't dishonor someone who has no honor. If you had any...
That's enough.
Christopher.
You won't get away with those insults. I challenge you to a duel.
I refuse to fight. I'm here as an envoy, not a jester.
You've got no other option.
You gentlemen, I can have a word in private with Lord Odorin.
Out of the question. And he's got plenty to learn from Christopher. By God's grace, I have at least one son I can be proud.
You want satisfaction? You'll get nothing but shame. Suit yourself, then.
After you.
Well, that's...
Should we rather...
No, Christopher would sort it out.
Make room for us. We'll just settle a very private matter. It's an honorable duel, man against man. Stay back.
Stand firm.
You're fast.
Otherwise, the first strike will put you on your arse.
Who told you that?
Left arm lower.
Not bad for a priest.
What's wrong with your legs?
Not bad for a priest.
Swing your whole arm, not just your wrist.
I'm a sneak.
Cover your right side. You've got a gap there I can drive a cart through.
Hey.
Take that.
You don't know which end of that thing is up. Look in my eyes,
You're
not
fast.
at my sword. I might be old, but I'm not written off.
Hey. Alo.
Enough! That will do. My God. Where did you learn to wield a sword like that? Father always said you were a good-for-nothing boozer.
I was in a war. Right after they kicked me out of the archbishopric. And you ought to know yourself. Not all the faults that Father sees are real.
Aye. Well, I apologize for going off like that.
Ja sam mislio da ovaj deda bog te mazno, njemu čača još
So
živ.
Father would be satisfied. Only he'll never be satisfied.
I thought he was the way he was because his first son let him down. And he hoped at least his second would become something.
Not at all. I remember him the same since I was a nipper. He wouldn't talk to me for a week.
The first time he took me hunting, he let me starve for 3 days and...
Only...
I always wondered who you were.
Look, I really did fuck up everything I could. I brawled and boozed until they threw me out of my own power, but now I have a...
And that's why... That sounds very important. After you... Actually, I don't think you should even attempt it. Unless you want to anger Father even more.
What else can I...
I'll talk to him myself. He'll hear me out for sure. But you'll...
God be with you.
All right, then. It's a nice idea.
Only no one's going...
Alder's got some clout with the count.
I expect Alder's...
You've got...
Leave Alder to me.
I don't know how to thank you.
You can drag me to a tavern sometime.
Okay. Moram dole.
Exactly why we mustn't push too...
Sir Bocek, I need to speak with you for a moment.
A man hardly puts his cup to his lips and someone comes along to put a flea in his ear. Yobs comes up with a plan as full of holes as a beggar's shoes, and now you're all jostling to win me over for it.
On the contrary, I've come here with an idea how to improve...
Does that improvement include a few thousand men-at-arms? If not, you can...
A few thousand men-at-arms as a convincing argument. And 100 horsemen on top, only in order to get them.
You've got my attention, but...
Don't worry, it's not just your money I want to draw on. Believe it or not...
Really? Name at least...
Anna of Volstein.
Surely? Well,
I wouldn't mention the word...
All right. I have a lot of property, lots of subjects to look after, and along with that, the Lord blessed me with a large family. I can't risk it all in a conflict with Sigismund.
So you need guarantees that you won't be left standing in the cold if you openly oppose Sigismund.
My guarantee is called Yitka. If I succeeded in marrying her off to another strong house, I'll have the certainty that I won't be left to...
Maybe it's enough to find a suitable groom among...
Perhaps someone of suitable standing who Yitka would also...
How about...
He's a young...
He may be young, he's got battle experience. And when he gets the estate that's his by right...
If he gets it. Right now, Hunnish lords over it. On the other hand, the lords of Lipa have a good reputation. And maybe it's...
I'll convey your offer to Lord Capon.
I don't care what the young... If he agrees, I'll be... The kingdom will not forget his sacrifice.
Moram kapona naći.
Sir Hanush.
You do?
I've gained us...
And who is...
On the contrary...
Kunstad? How the hell...
Well, I explained to him how such an alliance could be mutually beneficial.
Mutual?
He's got a pretty...
Stop beating around.
Lord Kunstad has a niece, so... I arranged a betrothal for young Lord Capon, with your blessing if you agree.
Hans Capon. Godwin, you conniving old bastard.
Oh, fuck.
I don't so
young Hans is to marry Kingston. If you're sick, I'll make sure that you get the Ratte parish.
Or you could make me the abbot of Sussa.
Forget it. Soon I'll be paying for a wedding. Not a word to Hans. I want to tell him myself.
I'm a son.
Okej. Dobili smo ga. Capone se ženi.
Sabuchek.
So,
Indeed.
then
Thank you.
enough for me.
Cheers.
Here.
I'm still hoping it works out.
Gentlemen, I think we can raise our goblets to the success.
Is this supposed to be your secret weapon?
Like I said, miracles happen where you least expect. Tell me, Godwin of the House of Odorin, what news do you bring us?
I bring nothing from the House of Odorin. But the widow...
Both of them. Good head.
This is going to be a long story, and I could...
Okej. Ajde, ispričajte se više, dosta je, bok te mazo. A još nismo, što je najjače, još nismo
It would
čuli
seem
onu
that we
drugu
have all
stranu kako
benefited from the
pričaju.
break in these proceedings.
Šta nam je sa Henryjem?
New alliances have been formed. And I have also changed my plans. We shall still wait for Sigismund to withdraw his troops of his own accord. But we will wait with an army at our backs.
Yes. And how are we to raise an army? Wasn't it made clear at the meeting that no one wants to take the risk?
The only thing made clear was that each of us alone is weak, and that we could not find common ground. But that has now changed.
King Wenceslas is, by the will of God, the balbatim of all his subjects. Not only the Christians, our community, and not only ours, will give you coin.
The Kuttenberg houses are still loyal to King Wenceslas, and we stand with Lord Ruthard.
And if that's not enough, the houses of Leipa and Kunstadt will unite and march side by side.
My niece, Yitka, will take young Lord Capon as her husband.
Poželi smo mi Capona, a?
Lords Kunstadt, Hanush, Radzig, and I will set out immediately. God willing, we will be back within 3 weeks, along with an army.
Now those are words worthy of a nobleman.
My friend, I still believe that words are more powerful than swords. And our words will ring in 1,000 voices to the glory of King Wenceslas.
To je dobar ovaj kaput što ima ovaj... plavi. Ovo me muka. Treba se oženiti. Treba se ženiti. Sad idemo u Kuttenberg.
After we conquered the city, you promised to restore order immediately. And then I find out things are even more disordered than before.
Your Majesty, we are sorry. We will put it to rights.
You've already said that. I want to hear real solutions.
We will put more guards on the roads and toughen penalties. We can have a few captured bandits executed as an example to others.
We do not care about bandits. We care about rebellious nobles and burghers. What will you do with them? How will you solve the chaos in the town administration, the rebellious miners, and the dismal yields? And how is it even possible that a rebellion against the king is smoldering here in the city?
What do you mean, sire?
I hear the resistance is coming from the Jewish quarter, from right under your noses. Why haven't you done anything?
We don't know who is behind this. Without evidence, we cannot punish them.
Otto von Berghoff did not ask questions in Prague either. He acted. And I advise you to do the same. Find a couple of wretches in a hole somewhere, point them to the Jewish quarter, and give them free rein to do anything. The city's Jewish community was and still is on Wenceslas' side. They need a warning.
We do not even have enough men to...
Marquardt, could you spare a few men for a while?
Of course, sire. I'll assign them to Eric. He'll take care of it.
So you see, all you have to do is make sure the city rebel get their share. You could at least manage that, couldn't you? And if the thought should cross your minds that you would get rid of the debts to the Jewish moneylanders this way, forget about it. Your debts will remain, up to the last groschen. Only now you owe us directly. And while we are on the subject of money, has the yield from the mines finally matched last year's?
Sire, the deposits are dwindling, and mining is becoming increasingly difficult. And to make matters worse, the miners started rebelling.
Don't take us for a fool. They'll stop rebelling when you pay them proper wages.
Your Majesty, we can't do that.
Silence! How dare you oppose the kingdom's protector? You're a bunch of incompetent sycophants. Chicken shits. Not any better than the scum hiding in the forest.
And drunks! Give them hell! Lazy fools, a lot of them.
How dare you?
Some of you are even swelling right here in the city council meeting. This is unbelievable.
Remove this swill pot from the hall immediately.
I'm telling the truth.
Dao sam mu
This
jednu
whole
čašu
council
samo.
is a farce.
I on
The
se
whole
napije.
city knows it.
Lord of Sargents, your insolence just cost you your place on the council, and a month in the dungeon.
But...
Hopefully that'll be enough for him to sober up. And if not, put him in the pillory for a while, bailiff.
I'll see to it as soon as the council is over, Your Majesty.
All I hear from you over and over again are excuses and prevarication. And results? None. I therefore placed the city council under the authority of Sir Marquardt von Aulitz, who is present here, with immediate effect. He will make sure you finally do your duty.
But, sire, that would be a violation of the privileges granted to us as a free mining town.
Silence! I am the only guarantor of your rights. You have to earn your privileges, not hide behind them. During my brother's reign, this idleness was perhaps tolerated. But that is over now. You were given a few simple tasks. But instead of working on them, you idled in the baths and lined your pockets. And let the traitors cast their nets undisturbed. But unlike my brother, I am capable of creating order. And I assure you, I do not distinguish between those who stand in my way. Be they beggars, noblemen, or city councillors. You have 2 weeks to restore order in the city and increase mining output. I want clear results, and you answer only to me and Sir Marquardt von Aulitz now. No one else. The council is dismissed. You, don't go anywhere, boy. Be so kind and remain here. Our throat has become rather dry, and we still wish to speak with our friend von Aulitz.
Yes, sire. As you wish.
Between the two of us, Marquardt, Was I not perhaps too harsh on them? And speak candidly, we have had enough of false flattery.
Sire, you were harsh, but rightfully so. These counselors, they need to be shown their place. You suffered their insolence for far too long. And the same is true of the Jews.
We know. Otto repeated to us several times that it is time to strike against them. We are glad he's not here. He would be intolerably self-satisfied if he knew we had heeded him.
Boy, can't you see the King's cup is empty?
You tend to us as if we were infirm. Boy, pour us a monastic wine. The monks had a good year. We have concerns, friend. The Hungarians are rebelling. Our army is falling apart, and we have enemies here on all sides. Would we had a proper army instead of human mercenaries? They cannot be relied upon. And we are no closer to our goal now than a few months ago. Thank you. It is a good year. If our father were still alive, he would have been astonished by the mess that a few years of Wenceslas' reign brought to us. With a single word, he would have put the nobility in their place, and the country would flourish. God grant him eternal glory.
We won't need much more time. We'll arrest the traitor Odorin, and the rest will fall in line.
You say the others will be brought into line, but what do you know of them? We know only a few of them. But there's a fortress standing on every damn hill here. What side are their lords on?
We'll find out soon enough, sire.
If only Wenceslas were not such a stubborn ass, and relinquished that throne that he has no use for anyway. The nobility, on the other hand, found a ruler like him very useful. They made a puppet out of him.
Once you restore order, they'll join you. All you have to do is promise them the privileges they lost during Wenceslas' reign.
First, they'd have to be willing to make peace at least among themselves. Jobst does everything he can to sow chaos, so that he himself emerges victorious in the end. This business makes me thirsty. Pour me some of that red, boy.
I think Jobst is just waiting for the right moment. He'll switch sides when it suits him.
Maybe. But first I'll have to conquer a few more cities, and get a couple more lords on my side. Then they take the threat of war seriously. And Hungary. If Bohemia is a wasp nest, then Hungary is a viper's lair.
You will follow in his footsteps, sire, as soon as you get the chance.
But the wine is good here. To your health, Margaret.
Ste završili za pričom. Isusa ti.
And to your health too, boy. May your children grow in a land ruled by a good king. You did a good job, waiter. You can be proud of yourself.
To your health, Your Majesty.
First, we need to crack down on the biggest troublemakers.
We're working on it. While the consul was meeting, Otto von Berghoff and his men set out for Rabush. Odorin won't give you any more trouble.
He and Ruthard are in it together. Once we get Odorin, we can handle Ruthard easily. Rabosh will be yours. After all, Otto has already got Malishov.
I appreciate your confidence, sire.
But the devil knows there are a lot more strongholds to conquer here.
For the king, red wine, boy.
No, we shall have white. We have had enough of red.
White it is. Quickly! If Rabush falls, others will follow.
I think von Berghoff's little contraption will find its use again.
If need be, we could use it to raise this town hall too. And I have some suggestions for other candidates.
Not so fast, my friend.
A ovo ne možeš
It's a
skipat
wondrous
nikako,
tool,
ne
but
možeš.
we can't rely on it forever.
But To bring it here to the square and point it at the city hall? Those sycophants would only benefit from a warning like that.
It's a splendid idea, but it won't be necessary. The councillors are quite fearful enough already that they can hide nothing from us.
There's been enough fretting, sire. You shall see. Soon we will drink to the conquest of another fortress.
You are right. So then, to victory. And you, boy, will you drink with us? So that you shall have something to tell your children and grandchildren.
To victory, sire.
To today's, and those of the future.
Ja, glavni izdajica i špijun, pijem tamo s njim. Ovaj će me prepoznat. Priliku zakolje. Bila fora.
Lose something here in the... I couldn't...
Aha, ja sam...
When those two go. A word with you. I'd like to drink a toast with you to our joint success. So,
Svi su pijani kole.
right at...
A ovaj von Bergov došao što će ih pobiti.
I never had one.
Truly?
Oh, maybe once. The older I get, the worse it is.
See now. Only there's no... Fuck.
I've got a tongue like a slice of...
Well...
His lordship is so unsteady on his legs.
To hell! I had my eye on him all evening. And left the rest of us to drink cheap dregs.
You can bet on it.
I don't...
Not sure.
Sorry, mate, but you're right about Sigismund. The sooner he's gone.
This is about
To King Wenceslas.
who come here.
Šta se tu događa, hej?
What does it matter? We reached an agreement, but it's going to take time to raise an army. Until then, Sigismund's men can trample over us one after another.
I still can't wait for that ginger cunt to finally fuck off.
I thought your Alishka was brown-haired, though.
Oči me bole od ovoga, sve je mutno. Da trebam find a server guest option.
I don't know about you, but I can barely stand. And to stand over that shit.
King Wenceslas.
Aye, you already said that.
Zašto ne da kao? Ovi se.
But it's going to take time to raise an army. Until then, Sigismund's men can trample over us.
Strong words.
I bok te mazo da idem.
Oh, the piglet!
What can you do?
Sorry. I need help. I mean the ones...
And you're one of...
I should say...
Anyway, I don't know nothing about no wine. Try asking my ma.
I've...
Marie. Do you play dot?
You mean...
You strip if you like.
All right.
What?
I've heard about you, but you can't.
Daj,
beat
zašto
me.
ja neću? Jebem ti, sve ti jebem.
God! What are you punishing me for?
Eto ti na, spušila si u prvom šusu. Zašto mi je mutno? Glava me boli od ovoga.
Good day. Sir, what do you think? He didn't wait. I was a...
You have
Better. Not at all. Not really. I also young...
Tell me...
She's a... Even a...
And
Cooper.
God... Do you think I...
I was...
Oh, come...
Cooper, when you're
Where am I...
Why?
It's not for me.
Aha, it's Lord Odorin's best. He...
A di? Jebem ti sve. Pa da mi... Šta kaže?
And I would say to you, we won't get rid of him that easily.
Everybody likes a drop of white. The rat'll be good, I hope.
Now there's a piece of horse flesh for you, Rudart. Not like that nag of yours.
What the hell do you beat it with? It looks more like a damn bull.
Sir!
Mrcina od konja.
Sir! There's some horsemen right out front of your fortress.
Ah, that's Peter of Pisac. He wouldn't come to the council, but he is coming happily to the celebration, you old fox.
Come on in, sir. There's wine aplenty.
Bergo. Ooh.
Hey! Hey! Intruders! Enemies at the gates!
Seize the nobles! Kill the rest!
Kako je moguće? Pazi, i baš timing da dođu ovi, da su svi tu. Halo, ej.
I'll be coming you in a flash. You got him! Yeah! Get him from behind!
Halo. Umreće mi.
You'll be killed, sorry. Nice!
Ne, moraju me ubiti valjda. Mislim da ovaj pogine na ovo. Fuck. Dolazi Henry u spas. Jebe mu mamu. Jebe. Can't switch outfit in combat.
Quick!
Čim da se borim. Mislim... O jebem ti. Sve ću morat perijat, razbit će me.
Come to me, someone! I'm like a sieve! Ah, you got him! Keep it up!
Ajmo pobiti. Preživjeli su. Neki.
That was a close shave.
A little too
Dobro živje.
Fuck me. Did my eyes deceive me? Henry!
Godwin!
How did you
Gledam
get...
izgledam
Damn.
ko fucking...
I can't tell you how happy I am to see you. You turned up at just the right moment.
Is everyone alright?
Well, some are, some aren't.
They captured Oder and Kunstad and Rutard. And they took Alder and Conrad of Vector away too.
They wanted to slay the rest like dogs.
What about my father? And Hannes?
They left with Jobs long before that. I'm sure they're all right, but not everyone was so lucky.
I tried to come as soon as possible and warn you, but von Burgov's people beat me.
You knew he was coming.
He wanted Oderin. He probably had no idea they'd find most of Sigismund's enemies here in one place.
I bet he couldn't believe his fucking luck.
And Sigismund will be moving at a gallop. We have to be really careful now.
Is there anything we can do?
Definitely not right now. We'll treat the wounded,
Taman,
bury the dead,
taman smo se okupili,
get the hell
eto
out of
kurš.
here. Then we'll hide in the Devil's Den and wait for Jobst and his army.
If I survive the journey, oh, God's teeth.
The king announced one more thing at the council. He asked the councillors to ransack the Jewish quarter. That is, he ordered it. Well,
Fuck! Liechtenstein's got his people there. The city rabbi is sitting upstairs in the hall. At least he's...
they're our allies.
What do you mean by we?
Maybe Samuel will figure something out.
He's here too.
Aye, escorting the rabbi.
You should go and...
Anyway,
Give me a moment.
guard the walls until morning. If anyone shows up, I won't...
Good to see you both.
Oh, come on. You know, I've walked out of much worse scrape. They could well. If it hadn't been for you, Henry, von Berkhoff could have...
Von Aulitz surprised even Sigismund with that.
Well, young Oderin, Anna of Volstein,
and several other nobles are dead. And they captured our closest and most influential ally. Without them, we can hardly get the burghers on our side.
We'll figure out a way.
But how? Get a grip. Whining doesn't help anyone. You're right. When I drink too much wine, nevertheless, I have to admit it can't get much.
Actually, at Sigismund's council, an order was given to ransack the Jewish quarter.
Gods, we need to get back to the city and warn them. I'm going with you. Out of the question. Do you want to end up imprisoned again? You'll be more useful if you stay here and help Sheesh Henry. Tell Samuel and the rabbi to get ready to travel. Anything like that. No.
Ko je umro?
Only men do such things.
Ovaj. Matilda. Nju su ubili, jebemo.
Should not come here.
Sam, I need to have a word with you.
Just tell him.
What did you talk about?
We talked about your...
Why?
It's true, I did not. Remember how I stared at your sword when we first met? Well...
What?
Yes. His son.
Why are you even...
I thought you would want to know. Mart...
I know what it's like. My real father would...
You know, all my life, I thought if I did not give a shit about it, now that I know, I will never see him.
I can tell. This is not the end. Sigismund ordered confiscation of the property of people in the Jewish quarter.
The king has approved the Xere.
He's no king to me.
What's a gazette?
That is hard.
Nonsense. Christians set out to kill our people. Innocent and often, and all that with the king.
This is what we were afraid of. We need to get back into the city. Will you come with us?
I'll come.
Very well.
Let's not waste.
Nema gubljenja vremena, idemo. Exodus.
Thank God you're all right. On the way here, I saw Sigismund.
Bianca.
Well, I heard you were having some kind of... And I see, instead of that, you...
Well, the real massacre is yet to come if we don't do something fun. Can we borrow the wagon you were on?
But of course.
Could you stop blabbering already?
Easy, Ingele.
All right. But...
I'll explain to you on the way.
Are you coming too?
Of course.
Let's go.
Boring.
Let's go, let's go. Mogu sejvat. Mogu. Ok, tu ćemo stati za večeras. Više gledat moram ići. Hvala što ste gledali ljudi. Laku noć. Uživajte, vidimo se u sljedećem streamu. Peace. To je Black Ops.